Hello lovelies! Today I'm going to be sharing my quarterly Yoseka ink samples that I get for every season. I like to choose 12 of them to experiment and play around and really get to know the inks before I purchase an entire bottle of them. I guess I'm going to call this my quarterly inked. We will see in the title description. I purchased this glass dip pen from Amazon. It was super cheap and I'm hoping it will do the job. Because I only have 7 fountain pens, I really didn't want to go and clean them out and change the inks. So I'm hoping this glass dip pen will work. And if not, I'll just return it and I won't recommend it to you guys. But here I'm going to share swatches of the inks as well as what is currently inked in my fountain pens. As I mentioned earlier in previous videos, I love to get my ink samples from Yoseka stationery because they always arrive in perfect condition with no spills. They are the most aesthetic ink samples I've ever seen and fit so nice in the classic-y toolbox. Yoseka also provides the most ink. It's, I believe, 3 milliliters of ink, which for me is way more than enough for an entire season. And I will know for sure, typically by the first fill, if I love an ink or not. Can you guys let me know what kind of content you would like to see and if you're into these types of videos? I really love making videos that you guys like to watch. So please let me know by hitting the like button down below. Okay, now on to the ink samples. I'm going to be fast forwarding during this section because I write like a grandma and it's gonna take me a while to get through these. But don't worry, the video shouldn't be too long. The first ink I have here is the Sailor Manyo Sakura. It's a very bright, beautiful peachy color that is super cheery, and it writes so beautifully and has some really nice shading. Sailor Manyo is one of my favorite ink lines. There really hasn't been an ink that I didn't like. The second color is Sailor Shikiori Sakura-mori. I know I'm not going to pronounce these names correctly, but I'm going to try my best. Now this one is what I imagine a Sakura ink color would be. And it is a really pretty pink color. It's really nice and has some really nice shading too. The third color is Sailor Shikiori Yozakura. It's a very, very pretty, I want to say almost a plummy purple. It's really nice. It's almost like a neutral pop of color, if that even makes sense. The fourth color is Sailor Ink Studio number 237. It reminds me of that crayon called Violet, Red Violet. It's a really nice color. The fifth color is Sailor Manyo Yamabuki, and it's a really, really, really nice orange color. It has some really nice shading. It kind of reminds me of Noodler's Apache Sunset, but honestly, it's a lot nicer to write with. I'm gonna be honest. The sixth color is Sailor Ink Studio 973. And this is such a gorgeous, I want to say it's like a maple color. It's really pretty and fun to write with. Number 7 is the Pilot Iroshizuku Ama-Iro. And of course, I make a mistake, but it's okay, it's whatever. But this is such a classic blue color. Like I feel like everyone gets this color when they're ordering from this line. Number 8 is Sailor Manyo Nadeshiko. And this one is one of my favorites. It's a really pretty blue color that has a lot of purple undertones in it, and it shades so nicely. It works really well with a medium nib. For the 9th color, this is the Pilot Iroshizuku Fuyu-syogun. And this is also a nice gray color with a hint of purple. It's really pretty. The 10th color is Sailor Manyo Kikyou. And this one, honestly, it's one of my least favorite. It's a blue. It doesn't have too much shading, and I'm hoping with a broader nib it would look nicer, but it's a nice all-around blue. Number 11 is Pilot Iroshizuku Kiri-same, and this one is more of a true gray. Now, the last one is also another favorite of mine. This one is the Sailor Shikiori I don't even know how to pronounce this. Wake-uguisu? I'm not sure. I really, really love this one. I've inked my pens with this one several times already, so I know for a fact that I'm gonna get a bottle of this. Now I'm going to be sharing what's inked in my fountain pens. A lot of these are ones that I just swatched, and some of them will be in a fine nib or a medium nib, so it'll help you get an idea of how they actually look with a fountain pen. My first one is the Kaweco Iridescent Pearl, and this one is a fine nib. It is still inked with the Sailor Manyo Neko-yanagi. I really love this color. To be honest, for the Iridescent Pearl, I wish I got a medium nib, and I think I'm gonna change that. And I'll most likely film the process in case you guys are interested or want to know how to change your nibs. For my second pen, I have the Kaweco in Mint, and this one is also a fine nib, and it is currently inked with Sailor Manyo Kikyou. Like I mentioned earlier, perhaps with a medium nib, maybe you'll see some more shading, but it's a good all-around blue. This third one is the Kaweco Macchiato. And of course, I have to misspell macchiato, even though I've been spelling macchiato fine for like the whole week. This one is in a medium nib, and it is inked with Sailor Shikiori Yozakura. The fourth pen is a Kaweco Frosted Fruit in Mandarin, and this one is a medium nib. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been loving medium nibs for some reason. It really shows an ink shading a lot better than the fine. And this one is inked with Sailor Manyo Sakura. The fifth one is a Kaweco Sport in Fox, and this one is a medium nib, and it is inked with the Sailor Ink Studio 973, that really pretty, almost maple color. Now for my Traveler's Company brass pens, these are both inked with either a black or a brown, which for me is my staple colors. Like, I have to have these in a pen at all times. The Traveler's Company limited edition factory green is a fine nib, and it holds the brown ink, and this one is Herbin, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Lit de Thé. It's a beautiful tea brown. And for my last pen, the Traveler's Company Classic Brass Pen. This one is a fine nib as well, and it is inked with the Traveler's Company cartridge. I actually purchased these. I really like these black inks. To me, they're just a nice black with a little bit of gray shading. So this is pretty much it for what I have currently inked. I am planning on purchasing some more Kaweco Sports, and we'll be adding to this list. I really like the medium nibs in the Kaweco Sport, if I'm honest, so I'll be continuing with that. Here I'm going to show the colors in the sun. Hopefully you can see the colors a bit better. They're all so pretty. I really love the selection I chose. Let me know down below which one of these inks is your favorite. I'm gonna have to say for me, it's the Sailor Shikiori, Yozakura, or Wake-uguisu. Wake-uguisu. For my next video, I think I'm going to be filming some Happy Mail responses. I've gotten a few of those from you guys this weekend, and I am so excited. I love Happy Mail, and I can't wait to respond to these letters. They're so sweet. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.